Hell yeah.
Welcome to Quarantine,
Hello.
ladies and gentlemen. I'm Poe.
I'm Jay.
And once again, welcome to Digital Blackface, a different kind of podcast, a different kind of podcast where we just talk about whatever falls out of our brains. Today we have a special guest related to the topic of today's episode, which is Brew Flu Boogaloo. Artie, would you mind introducing yourself?
Hi, I'm Artie. I like to wear stupid, cute things, and I talk about politics on Twitter more than I probably should.
Okay. And Artie is here today because of the topic of today's show, the special virus that we can't name. Artie?
Anywhere, apparently.
Anywhere. Yeah, Twitter, YouTube, you can't.
Yeah. The Wu flu, Kung flu, what's one that isn't super racist? Shoot,
I guess you call it the Holocaust.
The Holocaust.
Although that is kind of racist and a little bit anti-Semitic, but you know what? Yeah.
I'm half Jewish. I give you the pass for tonight.
I too am half Jewish.
Oh my God, I got two. So I got like one full Jew pass from two half Jews.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, but our friend Artie here is down with the Woomonia. So, Artie, would you mind telling us like how you're doing right now?
Right now, if I had to guess, I'm in the recovery phase. Doing much better than I was yesterday. If you can believe it. Yesterday I was completely stuck in bed. I couldn't lay down to prevent fluid from pooling in my lungs. I had to lay down with my back against the back of the bed. I had to get a neck pillow just to make sure I was comfortable. And today, my worst symptom, I would say, is the fact that my spine hurts because of that. So, yeah.
Okay. So, like, when you got it, like, when you did you have any symptoms like showing up, like
at first?
Yeah, at first.
Yeah, first it started with like just a cough, the stuff you normally hear, cough, sore throat, and then when I woke up the next day, it was just hell. Like, the cough got gradually worse. I lost my voice. Let's see, and then I slowly but surely got more like pneumonia and stuff. Freaking brain fart. Sorry.
You're sick. Take your time.
I'll just lift off the total amount of symptoms I had. Heavy coughing. It's weird because it started off like wet, like like what the stuffy nose, a bit of phlegm and stuff. But it quickly became dry, like which is something I've never had before with the flu or the cold or whatever. Pneumonia obviously is a big one. It's the main highlighting factor of this disease. And it's probably the worst too because it feels like something's sitting on your chest, right? Like it just sucks. Sore throat, it becomes extremely difficult to sleep because of that, because you got all that snot and stuff running down your throat onto the sore throat, and like, yeah.
So like to all the people who like out there, like of wherever they're from, whatever country they're in, saying that it's just a flu, how would you respond to that?
Fuck off. You can like I get the flu almost yearly because I always procrastinate on getting my vaccines. And in my 18 years of being alive, I've never had a flu as bad as this. Not even close. I've had some bad flus, but none of them has made me like fear death. Like a few days ago, I was actually like crying and breaking down. I had a little rant on Twitter because I was just like, holy shit, I'm gonna die. Like, yeah, this cannot be underestimated enough. Like, I think we're doing more harm than good if we just say it's just the flu, guys. Like, you're just gonna get a cough. In some cases, I hear that may be the case, but I think it's just the spectrum of cases we have that are so different paint a very clear picture that we need to just be as careful as we can about this. Sure, some people may just get a cough and call it good, but I don't know if you've seen the videos out of like Italy right now where people have the plastic bags over their head and the ventilators and all those other things. Like, if we let it spread, we could have more like even doctors in New York are panicking right now because they were saying that young people are admitting to the hospitals. I'm sorry, my voice is getting shaky. Give me a sec. Yeah, just do not underestimate it. That's all I can say. But you should also be prepared, in my opinion. Like, just because if you do get it, my advice is stock up on cough drops. You're gonna need those. Fluids, get a lot of Gatorade. Gatorade has been my hero. Lots of Advil, lots of painkillers. Let's see. Any cold medicine you can get your hands on. Humidifiers. Get a fan and a heater because your fever will be all over the place. Like,
God damn! Wow.
Great.
Yeah. So Jay's actually worried a little bit about that because she got exposed. Supposedly, you want to talk about
Yeah.
that, Jay?
I can, yeah. So, for those who don't know, I work as a shift supervisor at Redacted Pharmacy, and we didn't know that it would be in my super tiny town in middle of nowhere state. But as of when was the day we found out? I think it was Saturday when I first found out. There had been 4 diagnosed cases in my county. And of course, all of the nurses are like, well, what the fuck? Where have you been? Where have you been these past couple of days to the first person who got diagnosed? And this person was kind enough to help them out. But the first place that they went was to the pharmacy.
I mean, it
Now,
makes sense.
the pharmacy that I was at 5 out of 7 days last week. So it is almost guaranteed I've come into physical contact with one of these people because I was at the register all 5 of these days. And as it turned, I found out today I was going to go get tested here when I could, but it's just so hard to do it right now that our local hospitals and nurses are refusing to test anyone who don't have a fever above 100.4.
that is stupid.
That does sound.
That
dumb.
is incredibly stupid, but this came from 2 people who work at local hospitals.
I mean, 'cause,
Hold
like,
on. Actually, oh, sorry. Don't mean to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
I got a note. Because I called my doctor and he told me to just track my temperature. My temperature has not gone above like 102 so far. I think it went over 100, or actually that's a lie. It went over 102 one time, and that was it. All the rest has just been in between 98 and 101. Like,
That's even worse.
yeah.
I mean, because like, especially when you were talking about Jay, when you were talking about how they refuse to even test you, because like, when you think about how many cases we have in the country, we have like what 30,000 cases right now in the country.
Mhm.
So like, when you think about how many people who aren't being tested because they're asymptomatic or don't have a fever, and they're just like they think because they're good, they're going out and doing whatever. Think about how even worse that is. Not even counting
Yeah.
all the people in like SoCal who are
And you-
still playing basketball or like doing beer shots off some blonde's ass, or everybody in Florida on spring break who was just literally also doing beer shots off some girl's ass. It's
Ridiculous.
Do the toilet
It's
challenge.
oh yeah, and the toilet challenge thing. That's just disgusting.
Yeah, and the scary thing is, it's like people have gone as far as what, 21, 24 days without showing symptoms.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it's just insane, dude.
I mean, when you really
Granted,
think about
you're
it,
less contagious then than you are when you're showing symptoms. Because like obviously, like I haven't, because I've been stuck in bed, I haven't showered in like a day. I've been trying to shower every other day because got to keep clean. But I'm just covered in coronavirus. Like every inch of my body has coronavirus. Or shoot,
Whoops.
the virus. My bad. Let's hope it didn't catch that.
let's hope it didn't. But So how's your Twitter experience? Because I remember you mentioned that you had a little bit of a rant on Twitter. You mind telling us about that? Like what that whole rant was about? You must have been like really
Which one?
like the last few days. You said you had a rant on Twitter over.
Yeah. The main one is just like kind of a tangent. I was just talking about what's like living with the Wu flu. See, I caught myself that time. And I've just been tracking my symptoms just because it's like, just got to make sure. I've always considered myself a citizen scientist. Like I always like to post I'm part of a bunch of. I'm gonna sound like a complete boomer, but like on Facebook, I always post a bunch of like random stuff on herpetology groups. Like I like to consider myself a citizen scientist, and I've just been documenting a lot of my symptoms on there. And my rants on here have included like why there isn't as much information on how like everyone's talking about how to prevent getting it, but no one's talking about what to do once you get it, That's one thing that's been particularly scary to me because I didn't know how long this was going to last. As far as I know, it could have gone on for weeks. Granted, I think it's going to last about a week and a half for me. If I had to guess by how I'm recovering, but yeah. Another rant is my parents at the moment are asymptomatic. My brother just barely started coughing, so he's going to get it soon, I'm pretty sure. But the other day they went to the park, and I was like yelling at them, like, "What the heck are you doing? Like, are you stupid? You're both PhDs. You should know better than this." But no, they decided to go to the park. I'm like, "Come on, man." That's a good summary of some of the rants I went on.
Yeah, it sounds like they're not doing the best job of the social distancing thing.
And they're both doctors, right? I can give my mom shoot, sorry. Mom a bit of slack because she's a psychologist. But my dad is a pathologist. He should know better. He works with cancers and stuff. He should know how freaking distancing works.
Yeah, one of the nurses that I had talked to at work earlier today is a frequent shopper where I work. And she's been talking about how she personally doesn't think it's all that serious.
It may not be. Oh, sorry.
It's just a flu, bro. What are you talking about? It's just a flu.
It's just the flu, bro. And she was talking
That's
about
just the
how
flu.
it's in God's hands, if that's any indication.
Tell me, how did you how do you think you came across this flu? So like, what do you think it was by coworkers or a girlfriend or a boyfriend? I don't know you know.
Well, the thing is, I work 2 jobs, and both of them are customer service, so it could have been from there. I just got back from Florida about 3 weeks ago. I could have got it from the airports that I went to there. I could have got it from school because I'm still in high school, right? I got held back a year because of some personal stuff, but I could have gotten it from school. My dad works at a hospital. I could have got it from him. Like,
Yeah.
it's so hard to track it because like.
So
Just because it's everywhere, right?
So what do you think about people calling it the China virus or the Chinese virus?
Justified.
Justified? I think so too.
I'm more confused as to why people are like. I'm confused as to why people are mad.
Because it's racist, isn't it? Question mark.
The Chinese aren't a race; it's a country.
Exactly.
In this case, it's not even remotely people because it's the communist government of said country.
Mm-hmm. If a certain police state had gotten their shit together and acted out in the early days, of which we know nothing about because they censored it so heavily.
Can we get a fuck China in the chat? Can we get a fuck China?
Yeah.
Let's get that going.
Let's absolutely get that.
I'll be the first
But
one to do it.
Artie, like you mentioned, like you told me about how like a few people had been in your replies, just very suspiciously talking about China. How supportive or negative were they of China?
Both were very positive. I got one Chinese person who was mildly supportive, but they They posted on a completely unrelated tweet. Hold on, I actually have a link to it if you want to see it.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, send that to me.
Shoot Burner that link so he can post it up.
Let me find it. Hold on. It's so ominous because I started it with Miss. Yes, they called me Miss. I saw your information. Just like what?
I saw
Excuse
your
me, hold
information.
on.
I heard you koofing from a mile away.
Yeah. Hold on. This one was the most polite one I got.
Okay. Burner, can you pull it up?
The most polite one. I haven't gotten it yet.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, thank you.
And there were some other ones that I got.
So, do you guys really think that this was a fucking accident? Do you guys really buy that whole bat thing? Bullshit.
I mean,
bullshit.
I like to think that it's an accident. I prefer to think it was an accident, other than China just deciding let's fuck up the world.
Well,
I prefer to think.
I'm not saying.
By accident, I mean like I don't think me personally. I think China made it. I think China made that thing.
Of course, they made it. 100% they made it.
I don't think.
I'm not saying they made it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
I guarantee.
No, there's this thing called what's it called? It's related to like for profit, where basically companies and governments just like create bioweapons or specific viruses that they just say, oh, it's just solely for the research, for the purpose so we can understand how they work. But then they just like shelve it away, even though they know how dangerous it is. Like, oh, even though we know how we made it and we know what goes into it, we're not going to destroy it. We're just going to shelve it away just in case we might want to use it for whatever reason. There's a term for it that I've known, but I don't remember it right now. But like the U.S. does it, almost every major nation does it.
So I got this tweet up right now. The Miss, I saw your information. If it's possible, please relax. I know it's quite hard. Please use some tea tree essential oil. Apply to your nose and neck. You can use steam to breathe it. You may feel much better.
So many people just from that they say they're Chinese, or they even don't even say they're Chinese at all, but they're oddly like praiseworthy of China, and like even though that's not really suspicious of itself, considering how a lot of like media on our side just are really praiseworthy of China, saying, oh, China's methods were really great, they really helped, even though we literally have video of China like shooting people, dragging people out of their houses, or locking them in their houses,
beating dogs to death.
The videos of them dragging people out of their houses are freaking heartbreaking, dude. Like,
of course.
Unironically, it hurts my soul to watch.
Yeah, I mean, okay. So here are the facts as we know them, right? The coronavirus started in a marketplace, supposedly from bat soup, right? This market was about 30 minutes walking distance, 5 minutes driving distance from the only level 4 research lab in China that could handle this type of virus. That's a little suspicious to me. That's all I'm saying. That's not
very suspicious.
That's super suspicious. Have you seen the Have you seen the logo for this level 4?
The Umbrella Corporation.
Umbrella.
Yeah.
Here, let me pull it up.
That was
the real Umbrella Corporation. It's a Chinese knockoff, which makes it so much better.
One theory that someone had about the actual virus itself was that they don't think that China so much leaked it on purpose, as that someone used one of the bats that they tested transmission on.
I highly doubt
they sold it. They sold it to make money. It's one of the markets without realizing that it could transmit to humans, and that is what caused it.
My theory is, if it was a bioweapon, I highly doubt they'd release it because that's a PR disaster. But I do think that
I don't think China really minds about their PR.
Yeah, I don't think they.
If it did get out, I think it would have been an accident. Like, it probably got out into the water supply somewhere, and that's how it ended up in the market.
Of course.
Like, because I don't know if you've seen the freaking videos of the Chinese sewer food. Like they are not sanitary over there. So that's my guess. It probably got into the water supply somehow.
I mean, because we know for a fact that China knew about it at least since late November, knew that it was out. They actively kept it secret. They ordered the testing labs to destroy all the samples of the virus at the very beginning when they found out. They silenced all the medical professionals and the doctors who tried to warn people. They covered it up. And then they had the largest collective banquet in the world in Wuhan, the same city that the virus broke out in. When the spread was already exponential, they still went and covered it up, and they only started talking about it in January when they were forced to admit it by doctors leaking information. It's crazy.
What I personally think is that they did create it there, but it was completely accident that it got out. Because otherwise, they probably would have had some kind of way to contain it. And based on a lot of the recent facts, there could be at least 7 million in China, at least infected.
Oh, if
Wuhan,
anyone believes China's numbers, I'm sorry, you need to like get your brain checked because it's full of hot air. I mean, really, I don't think
Even the
More
U.S.
people in
at this
Italy have
point.
died than China. Sorry.
I mean, did you see the numbers that Tencent accidentally released like 3 different times? Like they were like triple, or they were like 200K back when the official number from China was 20K.
I'll have to look for it, but I saw a graphic yesterday that got leaked of China mobile users, which is one of the 3 biggest mobile carriers in China. And since the beginning of January, they have dropped at least 7 million customers, which is where that figure came from.
Yeah, 7 to 14, I think. Yeah.
How is America gonna respond to the? We've lost 4 years of progress under President Trump. All of the progress we've made in our economy has been dashed, and we're still going down. So I'm concerned about how people are gonna get that back.
We're going into a global recession because of China, because we let China control too much. Like
we're too reliant on their freaking slave labor. That's why.
Oh, here's something interesting.
I mean, everything. Yeah.
I'm reading the chat right now. A lot of people saying their "fuck China" messages aren't coming through. That's weird.
Oh,
wait, really?
That's really fucking
suspicious.
weird.
I mean, it's almost as suspicious as Twitter shadow banning everyone who mentions anything about the coronavirus or China in a negative way.
I'm surprised I haven't actually gotten shadow banned yet.
Like it'll come to you. Someone else just got shadow banned like today after they talked about China.
I'll check after the show.
And the worst thing about this is like this isn't the first time that Twitter has done this. Like the last time, the last anniversary for Tiananmen Square. Am I even saying that right? Anyway,
yeah,
the last anniversary for it. Twitter was basically kicking off anyone who posted the video or who said anything negative about China during that anniversary.
Let me say fuck China.
Thank you,
Susan.
China, for taking care of these violent protesters. I mean terrorists.
Let me express my opinion, China. Or sorry, Susan. First of all, give Jim his money, and then second of all, let me say fuck China.
I mean, I'm going to say fuck China.
I'm still
regardless.
mad that freaking YouTube took Jim's charity money.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about the WHO though?
Oh, huh? they're sucking the dick and cupping the balls. They're going all through the motions, everything.
I couldn't quite hear you. What'd you say?
I mean, like with the WHO just accepting every lie that China told them, like just like straight off, just accepting it without even blinking. Just like, oh yeah, we 100% believe you that these numbers are real. That this virus can't spread to humans. That you're just taking a little bit extra precaution when you're telling everybody else to just not do anything. It's chill. It's cool.
Yeah, freaking. I stopped trusting the WHO after they freaking changed the mental health list to exclude a certain
yes.
thing.
That's, like I'm just so mad. Like you guys remember that Trump tried to shut down the border because of coronavirus in like January, right?
Everyone got mad at him. Now they're mad at him for not closing the border.
Yeah, like WHO and China literally said, "Oh, that's racist," and health officials were like saying, "Oh, this is just an emotional response. No, nobody else is doing this. Trump is just using this to promote racism." And then Russia shut its borders in January. And how many Russian cases are there right now?
53, I think.
And while I don't exactly trust Russian numbers entirely, like I'm saying that I believe Russia's numbers are a lot quicker than I believe China's numbers.
Yeah.
Question.
Honestly, I trust Russia.
Does anyone know Spanish here?
No.
Okay.
I can
Taco.
read it a little bit. Why?
Okay, because we have somebody from the Digital Blackface Discord that sent me a little thing. It's a little. I'll put it up on the screen. I don't know that much Spanish, but they provided a translation for us. I don't know how accurate it is. So
Send it to me. DM it to me since I'm on my phone tonight.
okay, I'll DM it to you. The gist of it is that Mexico, I mean, from what I see in the translation, it's that Mexico is telling its people that, hey, coronavirus isn't a big deal. It's fine. Go to mass events. It doesn't matter. While military is on the streets in Latin America.
I actually have a video related to that
Okay.
where there's a bunch of a couple of people dressed as doctors, and there's one person dressed as a giant coronavirus with
I've seen this.
Chinese,
It's so good.
a Fu Manchu mustache and a straw hat.
Yeah.
And I was like, everybody was like based, and I was like, I don't think they're taking it all that seriously.
Probably not.
Yeah,
raising
this
the morale.
this graphic you sent, that's exactly what it's saying.
That's
It's
exactly what
this
it
is
says
not
right
an
there.
emergency situation. There is no need to cancel events.
Okay.
There's no reason for mass panic. Keep on with your normal daily activities, and casual contact with sin is fine.
I mean, all we need is for like 2% of people to die, and then it'll be like a massive disaster. 2% of people is a lot of people.
So
And
what,
also, Mexico's government is easily one of the most incompetent governments in the world.
so
The reason so many people flee to the U.S. illegally is because the Mexican government is so fucking bad.
let's so what this person, this translator is saying, that this I have it up on the screen now. It says it's a poster the Mexican government issued at the beginning of the pandemic. I don't know if it's possible to show it in the stream. Let me translate. Coronavirus is not an emergency situation. There is no need to cancel massive events, work, school, or related activities. There is no need to do panic shopping. Continue your normal activities, but reinforce means of prevention. Remember, the sickness caused by the coronavirus is not serious. So
Bullshit.
so this was posted in Latin America. In the person who sent this to me, they're in Chile right now. They have over 600 infected in the span of a few weeks, and the spread is the fastest in Latin America. That sounds bad. That sounds like it's turning into an Italy. But the person posting this is saying that people are not taking it very seriously.
Yeah.
So Artie, what do you think? What do you think about that? Do you think it's do you think it's super serious? I mean, having it. Do you think it's a big deal?
I am at my quote unquote healthiest age, and if I feared death a few days ago, I think it's pretty serious.
I mean, yeah, a guy from Ohio was in Disneyland, Florida, like last week, and then he died like 2 days ago, didn't he? He was 34.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Granted, older people have a much higher chance of dying, but I think younger people, if enough get sick, some will die. I think that's definitely
They're gonna
not
have
a
to.
debate.
They're gonna have to. It's gonna be a lot of deaths. I don't want to like fearmonger, but like enough people are gonna die that's gonna fuck up everything. Not that everything hasn't already been fucked up. When you have like the Republican Party just like entirely shaking hands with like the left, and everybody's like, oh, okay, we're cool with it. Like I literally saw people on Twitter, like regular Democrats, blue waivers, going like, no, we can't have the Republicans doing these things because that means the Democrats are done for forever. And like I was thinking, like, is that really what your goal is right now? You don't want like the United States to recover from this. You just don't want the Democrats to lose. Come on.
It seems like a lot
American
of people
politics
these
are
days
pathetic.
No,
Yeah.
American
That's
politics are
pretty much it.
genius. No, I guarantee you, American politics are genius. They're awful, but they're genius because listen, last election, you had to choose between someone. Most of the time, when you ask people, you had to choose between someone you didn't like or someone you didn't like. Imagine having a electoral system where both choices are bad. That is insane. It's so genius that you can set up a system where people supposedly vote to get into office when both choices are awful. It's insane to me. And
I mean, South Park has been making fun of it forever. It's like
Mhm.
they had turd sandwich and giant douche, which which is oddly how a lot of people would describe Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump in 2016.
all I'm saying is that if you really had a choice, would it really be between two people you didn't like? I don't think so. I don't think so.
I mean, that's a choice no one wants to make. Do you want to lose your hand or lose your leg?
Well, exactly, but the fact that I have to lose a hand or I have to lose a leg shows me that it's not actually my choice. It wasn't actually my
100%,
choice
yeah.
who I got on that stage. But Trump's gonna win. If it's Biden,
Of course he
if it's
is.
Biden versus Trump, he's going to win. Period. If it was Trump versus Bernie, maybe we'd have a chance. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
It would.
Based on things I've been seeing lately, even Bernie might not have as good of a chance as we think.
I guarantee.
I
Bernie
mean,
would
look,
beat Trump.
especially like, let me tell you, like, with what I've been seeing, like, I've seen a lot of DSAs, like, just fully go like, yeah, I would vote for Trump 100% if he provided universal basic income and Medicare for all during the 9-month Corona crisis. Because if he would do it during those 9 months, that would mean he'd be good to do it later on or change his mind on it during those next 4 years. And I was just thinking, I remember one of them literally being like, I would stab Trump in the chest if I had the chance. And I'm like,
would you? Would you?
no,
though?
that was one of the people who like said like I might vote for Trump if he did this stuff.
Yeah.
Because
Um,
they said even Bernie wasn't for universal basic income. So
Dude, when I came out and said that I got confirmed for the coronavirus, I got a DM from someone saying, "Hey, could you cough on Trump for me?"
of course.
It's
Every
like,
time.
mhm.
Let me give you a little story. So I have this girl that I've been messaging, and she's super cute, right? Super cute, right? But she works at a mall, right? And one of her coworkers was coughing a lot.
That's already
So he
Oh.
was wearing a mask, he was wearing the gloves because he was like, oh, I don't think it's the flu, but like I think I'm fine. If that would like, she just kept her distance, which is a good thing to do, definitely. But if that were me, and you went into work knowing you had to wear a mask, knowing you had to fucking I don't eat eight. Knowing you had to wear a mask, knowing you had to wear gloves, I would fucking punch that dude out. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you stupid? Coming to work, coming to a place where you're touching everything and being everywhere, and you have to wear a mask so you don't cough on things and get other people sick. I would beat the shit out of that dude. And I would beat the shit out of anyone that purposefully spreads a deadly virus. Period. That's my take.
I mean, you have so
please
many
clap.
people. You have so
Voter
many people.
2020.
You have so many people in Florida, like right now at this very moment, Florida and Southern California, who know, like, who some people were literally coughing on TV while being interviewed, and yet they were still out, just doing like, oh, I planned this spring break forever. I already had the Airbnb set up. Oh, it's just one spring break. What's the worst that could happen?
Line
And
them
I'm
up. Line them up.
like, what's wrong with you guys?
Why is Iron Man 3 trending right now?
Oh, it's
Dear
trending because
Lord.
someone said it's the worst. It's the worst Marvel movie. Like Captain Marvel doesn't exist.
Mm.
Captain Marvel, kind of cute. Not gonna lie.
Okay,
She's
okay.
cute, but she's
Burner,
annoying.
I thought I knew you. I
Here
thought
we
I
go.
knew you. Like I
Here we
said,
go.
but
Yep.
She's a hate fuck.
I'll
You
ban
can't talk
myself.
anymore.
I'll ban myself. Toast.
Oh, did you
Where-
did you see the news for the that Brie Larson apparently demanded to lead the Avengers in Avengers 5, otherwise she'd leave.
Fucking leave. man.
Why?
What? That's wow. You're really.
And they
twisting-
agreed. They
you're
agreed.
You're really twisting my arm there, gal.
They agreed that okay, sure, you'll lead the Avengers like you do in the comics.
Silly.
You're the new.
I stopped watching after Infinity War 2, so
Look, like I watched Endgame, and then I was hyped for those first 2 hours, and I woke up and I was like, why did I like that? And I watched Far From Home with like a friend, and I was
Far
like,
From Home was good. I like that one, but
it was fun to watch, but I couldn't call it good.
like it was okay. Like
It was
7
okay.
out of 10. It was okay.
Yeah.
Like, I had fun.
I think there was also a trend where people were hoping, not hoping, people were worried that Tom Holland, Marvel fans were worried Tom Holland got the virus.
Well, lucky for them, everything Marvel has been suspended because of the coronavirus.
Including Fast and not including, but like Fast and Furious 10 got suspended too. So unfortunate.
Did it? Well,
Watch.
There's
there
one.
been-
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
have there been anything that hasn't been canceled yet that we know of?
I don't know. I think they're still shooting Mandalorian right now. Actually.
Party at my
Oh,
place
no.
not canceled. Party at my place.
I
not
love The
canceled, guys.
Mandalorian, honestly.
I mean, a lot of people are mad that Ahsoka Tano is being played by Rosario Dawson. I mean, I'm mad she's playing it, but only because she was dating Cory Booker, and I'm not sure what's wrong with her for that. But like, what's it called? Yeah, people are transphobic and basically going, she's disgusting or she's a horrible person when they apparently she assaulted a trans person.
What?
That's the story.
I don't even. I have no idea what even.
I do not care.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't know
I don't.
this actor, and I do not know the story behind it. So, like,
She's the nurse off Daredevil.
I've never seen Daredevil.
Oh, okay.
Should China be punished? Question mark.
100%. Yes, China should be
They
punished.
need to be nuked.
How are we gonna
Sanctions.
do
Okay,
it?
well, let's not nuke them. Let's not nuke China because they can nuke back, and I'd rather not.
I want to live in Fallout, dude. I want to freaking live in New Vegas. It'd be great.
I'm right next to DC. I'd be the first one dead.
You'd be in the capital wasteland, dude. Freaking join the Brotherhood of Steel. You'll be fine.
First of all, no. Okay, I would not fit in Brotherhood of Steel. That's just too much for me. Unless I became a super mutant or something, there's no chance I'm surviving.
I'd
And if I
survive.
became a super mutant,
I'd hang out in a vault. I'd like find an abandoned vault and I'd take that shit for myself. That's cool.
Yeah.
Everyone's
if
saying
only we
I'm.
had a vault.
Everyone's saying I'm fucking.
Sorry.
Well, here's the thing. Like, it's not hard to build like a bunker. And like my house, I have a bunker. I built it myself. I dug under my property and I made a bunker. Right? It's not that hard. You can do it for cheap. All you have to do is buy a bunch of concrete and then whatever you're gonna put in it. Also, everyone's saying I'm a simp and I'm e-dating anyone. I'm not fucking e-dating. What do you think I am? What do you think I
Wait,
am?
what does that have to do with bunkers?
Bunkers.
Yeah, what does that have to do with bunkers?
Vaults.
It sounds like you're just covering for something.
You said vaults. You said vaults. Yeah.
Yeah, vaults.
Yeah, you can fucking if you don't have one local to you, which I'm guessing like most Americans don't, you can make one.
Wait, but like, how many of these vaults are just around the country that people just have?
Mine is in my yard. Yours can also be in your yard.
I mean, I'd probably have to like, yeah, I'll probably just demolish my shed and build a vault. Wait, I'm not
I
gonna
think
be living
there's-
here next year. Why would I build a vault here?
There's probably a bunch of old Fallout shelters from the 70s still left over. You should be fine.
I'd have to run like electricity through them.
I live in my parents' attic. I can't make one.
You live in an attic?
Yeah.
I live in a basement apartment.
Huh. I live in a
Yeah.
house.
That's nice.
The thing is, I was actually going to move out this summer because of the coronavirus, I probably can't. So I'm mad about that.
Wait, aren't you like 17?
18.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
1 year off.
So wait, I have
looks
a
like
question.
Got the woo flu.
I have a
Yeah.
fucking question. I have a question. Is saying someone's cute simping? I'm
Yeah.
curious because I'm about to.
I mean,
I'm about to fucking dunk on this entire chat. If saying someone is cute,
Depends
if
on the
saying
person.
someone is
If it's
cute
like
makes you a
if
simp,
it's a
then I don't know what
gremlin,
you're talking about.
then yes.
Look.
But if it's like someone who's
Look.
like genuinely cute, then nah.
look, let me tell you, like, I literally just there was this shoplifting thread earlier today, and there was this one worker who was like, shoplifting's messed up, and basically going off against the person above her who was like, shoplifting is great, everybody should shoplift, fuck the corporations. And she was basically talking about how it hurt her her hours, it hurt her paycheck and everything. And then I basically put like a Rihanna crown gif under her reply. And then immediately after, I got 3 simps.
Cute.
Simps are unstoppable.
Poe, has anyone ever simped you?
They're a force of nature.
Has anyone ever sent what?
Has anyone ever simped you?
Me.
The only person.
mean-
Sorry.
Kinda, yeah. Just it was just awkward because like I wasn't sure what they wanted from me.
The only person I've ever simped is Dimitri Monroe, that super short boy on Twitter.
Hmm.
You know him?
I'm mutual with them, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's valid.
Yeah, he's valid.
And I know what J Sims for V.
Does Jay simp for V?
Unintentionally.
V as in V like
Virescence.
like the Sargon V?
No, our last
Absolutely
guest, our last
not.
Oh, okay. Not not the Sargon V. Not Sargon's little play toy. No. All right.
guest. I'm sorry, what? His what?
Sargon's little
Oh,
butt
boy.
baby. Sargon's little goblin.
Okay, we'll go back to that later. But
That's the best
back to
description I've
China.
ever heard.
Back to China. Honestly, we have to ruin them economically. We can't let them come back from this. Like
But convincing Silicon Valley.
like every U.S. company has to move out because this has destroyed the U.S. economy. This has messed up the U.S. in a way we're not ready for. And honestly, it's probably going to mess up Africa too severely because I know that they're not being honest or they're not really testing for cases or investigating the deaths. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
How
My
could you
dad's
mess up
doctor over
Africa
there.
even more?
By
That's
just
racist.
ruining their economy further. And it was, but I'll let it go.
You know what? I think Africa it's kind of cool. They got like dirt over there, you know? It's pretty
They
nice.
have dirt everywhere.
Yeah, I know. That's like it's like the main like
Look,
dirt is cool.
Let me describe.
the bushes.
Let me describe
That's
you.
all
Let me
they have.
describe what my 10 months in Nigeria was like. With my dad. Let's see. There was a lot of dirt. I had to like. There was a lot of dirt. A lot of violence. I saw a lot of people die. At least 5.
Yikes.
Oh,
Maybe 6. No, actually 7. It was 7 people. 2 of them got
It's a little more than 5.
One of them got gored by a bull. One of them got trampled by that same bull. And then 4 or 5 people got crushed by a falling Coca-Cola truck
Holy
or
shit.
some kind of large. And like
awful.
during that crushing truck incident, I was walking home from school and I stopped to order some food from like this little deli. And like I was just sitting outside and drinking a Fanta and eating like a pastry. And I was just looking at this truck. I was like, that truck is gonna fall. And then I was like, nah, you're just being ridiculous, man. It's not gonna fall. But I was like, no, that truck is gonna fucking fall. But then I was like, nobody seems to be bothered by it. So like your imagination is getting to you. And then a minute later, the truck fucking fell.
Yikes.
And then everybody was freaking out. I was just eating and watching. I was like, wow, I can't believe I was right.
He's just
And so I just finished my food. I just finished my food. And while people were freaking out and the police officer who was there was like losing his mind, I just walked home.
All right.
And that's how I
Was the
saw
sandwich
5
good,
people
though?
die. It was a pastry and it was a little bit dry.
Well,
Guys, I mean okay. I hear people are moving the factories to India instead of Africa. That's true. Superpower by 2020. Here we go.
Oh god damn. Oh
Guys.
wow. That actually came true.
Yeah. it's coming true. They're up there shitting in the streets on the moon instead.
have we heard how India's been doing through all this?
Probably not good because
Oh wait,
can't-
no.
you can't even have a good irrigation system. Let's see, India.
Yeah. One of my mutuals, Rachel, she was tweeting about how they were doing lockdowns and she was worried people weren't going to stick to it. But then she got some video from India and apparently people really, really did. The streets were just empty in a way that India is never empty. And apparently her parents run like a store and they were thinking of switching to delivery to make more money during this time period. And no, I was not a child soldier. I've never held a gun.
India
I would love to though.
nears the 400 mark.
That's severely under.
But I don't
severely
know. I don't know. I don't know how much they're testing though. They might do a China thing because you really think India has enough infrastructure?
They're
to test
not. They're
everybody?
not. They're not.
They could be
They're
like
not.
the U.S. and barely even testing.
No, they're way less than the U.S. with the amount of people and the entire lack of infrastructure now. Especially the same way it is in Africa. Too many people, no infrastructure tests. People are gonna fucking die.
The hospitals here
I
at least
also-
are ramping it the fuck up, so that's good.
One of the comes in the chat. Poe hates Coke. I do hate Coke. Yes, I'm a Pepsi man.
Thank
Pepsi
you.
Man. Pepsi Man's bad.
I don't even like Pepsi. I'm just not a cola person. I don't know why.
Pepsi just tastes like it's punching you. I'm not a fan of that.
Imagine going to a restaurant and saying Pepsi, please. What? Who? What?
Imagine drinking soda.
Fair.
I get like Sprite from McDonald's and that's it.
Like I remember just realizing this year or last year that Sprite has lime in it.
Really?
Yeah, because I was like, I don't drink lime sodas, and they're like, you drink Sprite. I was like, what do you mean? Sprite's lemon lime, and I realized I was a fool.
It's okay. We already knew.
I already knew about you, Jay. Be quiet.
Question: did you ever want to have it like a debate on digital blackface? Cause like I'm down.
I would love it. Love to really just.
I'm down to
Get into
debate
somebody.
fucking anybody. If do you
I have
if we don't have
I
anything
have-
else planned. Sorry.
If you need someone to argue
I-
with, I have a lot of friends from all over the political spectrum. I can get you a communist, an unironic Nazi.
Bro,
I have a friend who
get
really
me a
hates
Nazi.
black
I want a
people.
Nazi. I want a Nazi.
Holy
get us a
shit.
fucking Nazi. Here we go.
All right, next week I'll have a Nazi. Don't you worry.
Here we are.
Oh, okay. So next week, blackface, Nazi roast.
Debate with
Okay,
the
that's
Nazi.
good.
Oh, okay.
Here we are.
I also have freaking like
They probably won't be a fan of Jay though.
We can
Oopsie doopsie.
if you'd like.
well,
we
the thing
can-
is, he is an unironic Nazi, but he has gone on and on about how much he wants to fuck my ass in DMs, which is funny because I have
Okay.
to.
Oh my
I'm a-
God.
I have a meme for this. I'm only a little racist. Here, 1 second.
He's freaking what's the one guy's name who freaking wants to, who's everyone memes that he wants a cat boy, but he's like an.
Oh,
Is it Richard
Nick-
Spencer?
Nick-
No, not Richard
Nick
Spencer.
Fuentes.
Nick Fuentes. Yeah, that's the guy.
Nick Fuentes kind of cute.
Okay.
Not gonna lie. He kind of cute.
Oh boy.
He's cat boy
I-
boyfriend, not cute, but kind of cute. Him being him.
You know, honestly, I was hoping to one day get an incel on the debate
I might be a
because
little
like
racist.
I was talking to somebody the other day and he was like if Elliot Rodger had survived to 2020 he would have led an incel uprising, and I was like, are you saying that's a good thing? Do you want that to happen?
Well,
You're
if I
like,
can
"Yeah,
ever
yes."
If I can ever get him to accept what he is, I have a friend who is an incel.
Do you have a friend?
I have a
who's
lot of like
incel?
borderline incel friends, but like I see potential in them, so they're not like entirely incels.
The people you guys associate yourselves with. Awful.
Look, I have helped incels. Honestly, I've helped an incel get like actual pussy, but it did not help him.
Oop.
He just became worse.
Huh.
Oftentimes it's a negative self-image, but they don't want to accept it. You know? So like they hate themselves, but they don't want to like come off as weak, you know? They don't want to say, "Oh, I hate myself," but like
I mean,
I
like,
mean,
at
I
a,
guess
at
I'd rather have an incel than like I'd rather have incels than simps, I guess.
at a certain point, you.
yeah,
kinda
at
gotta
least
say to
incels are
yourself,
funny.
Yeah.
At least you're fucking funny, bro. I mean, you're terrible, but you're kind of funny, bro. Not gonna lie.
Although the black incels are just they're a very interesting breed.
There's black incels?
Oh, there's black incels, there's white incels, therere's Asian incels.
I knew there were white incels, no duh. I thought all incels were white and
Okay, look,
Asian.
No, they're not. No, the black cells, the brown cells, the rice cells. It's a whole
Right cells?
it's a whole incel community. Although the black cells tend to be a lot angrier because, like,
Well, I think that was kind of implied, but
I guess like I think they have this idea that okay, look, just because I'm black, I'm supposed to be doing all this, but then like it doesn't work out. So they're like, you know what? Fuck it. The game's rigged. We need to burn it all down. And then one of them literally set himself on fire.
Yikes.
The thing is, when I think of like a black incel who doesn't like the way that most, typical shoot, try and not sound racist.
I mean, unless what you're saying is racist, you don't have to try to not sound racist, you know.
Well, like typical American black culture.
That's not racist.
To me, it feels racist. Okay, again,
It's because you're conditioned.
Damn,
You're conditioned by them. Them.
It's only racist when white people bring it up, I think.
Them.
yeah.
Guys, about China, the number went from 7 million to 21 million.
When did this
Whoa.
happen?
Ian Miles Chong just posted an article about it.
Is he really that reliable?
I mean, it's not his article.
Oh, where is it from?
The Epoch Times. The closing of 21 million cell phone accounts in China may suggest a high CCP virus death toll. Oh, that's what we're calling it, the CCP virus.
I like that.
I like that.
Like, China has been stuck at 80K infections for over 3 weeks now. That's really suspicious.
Yeah, that's not.
So you have 21. Actually, Bernard, do you have those videos from that tweet that I sent to you?
I do. I can pull them up right now, sir.
Oh, from Wuhan. Could you show that? Because like that's really really odd. When you have like 21 million cell phone users just vanishing, and only 80K people supposedly have the infection, that's weird. People can't survive without a cell phone in China because they use it for social security, shopping, train tickets, everything. They have to use their cell phone. So if someone's cell phone number closes, that means something happens to that person.
Yeah.
It's literally impossible for a person to cancel their cell phone in China because you have mandatory facial scans.
Yikes, so I'm getting this video up right now. Just stall a little bit more.
Okay. So, like, basically, all throughout China, what you have to understand is that everybody needs their phone. It's not like here where if you had like a laptop or you could do some stuff in person. No, everything has your phone because your phone number is connected to your social, your bank account, your pension. Everything you want to do comes from your phone number, and your internet connection. If you don't have that, then you're not a person in China. You also can't cancel it. So if something happens that makes your phone number vanish, that person has also vanished.
Okay, we got this video
Basically.
now.
I'm not sure if 21 million is an accurate number. I would say their numbers are in the 100,000s. If you look high 100,000s, because if you take the patterns in the most publicly available numbers, which is from Italy, and apply it to China, then you get like around 800, 900,000 infected.
We have the
take
videos
the
up
dead from there.
whenever you're ready. Whenever
Oh
you're
yeah,
ready. Yeah.
put it up.
Seven
Put it up.
s-
Put it
seven-
up.
7-second video starting from the beginning. Is this people yelling? They're yelling and looking around. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So that was that video, just people yelling and looking around. Here's the second one. This one's 1 minute and 12 seconds.
朋友们，我们小区这些人忍不住了，在狂吼，不知道在吼啥，这一个片区都吼起来了，
Everyone's screaming. Yikes.
想出去啊！
Where's the video?
We're playing it on stream.
Yeah.
那边大家都睡不着啊。
What the
Yikes.
fuck?
That's scary. That's a scary thing.
Yeah. And there's also like just one last video. This one's from Italy, and it's just you don't have to pick the first 10 seconds, but just the first 10 seconds is enough.
All right.
It's
the
basically Italy is. I don't think Italy can really recover from this if things keep going like this. If it go, we could be looking like a Plague Inc. Italy has broken down completely type of situation. If we keep going, because you don't have enough people in the hospitals, they have to like speed up coffin production because so many people are dying all of a sudden.
They've run out of room at the morgue,
I mean,
but they
that's
haven't run
exactly
out
what
of
they're doing.
respect for the dead at Cremona Hospital. The next batch of the lost waiting for
Kind of
cremation
odd how it
are
just
laid out in
seems
the
like a
hospital
meme,
chapel
but
for
it's
collection.
not. This is like
Their
real
families
fucking
couldn't
life.
even say goodbye.
Yeah, we're dealing with the
They're
second
all
Spanish
in
flu.
quarantine.
Thank God that our
It's a
government
Apparently,
isn't,
Spanish flu is
retarded.
also
Everyone
racist
dies
now.
alone.
Spanish flu is racist? Okay. All right, well, that's the first
They
10
came
seconds.
from here, the hospital's intensive.
Yikes almighty.
Yeah, it's really a lot to deal with. I just don't understand exactly how we can let it get this far. We like people talk a lot of shit about Trump's reaction, but if we had just like closed the borders like he had went with instead of just calling it racist or emotional or ridiculous, we might not have to worry about turning into Italy with everybody losing their minds and just doing whatever they want.
Definitely.
At the very least, would have spread slower.
Because personally, like even a lot of people, even if they don't have, even if they recover, not to freak you out, Artie, they still have like chronic or serious lung damage. Even the young people, in some cases.
Young people cannot have I mean, in certain cases, young people are infertile after they get it. Isn't that fucked up? That's a little fucked up.
It was.
Wait, really?
Supposedly, they say it's for this only happening to Asian people.
This guy's saying,
but
wait,
they
what?
also said a lot.
What?
But also,
You're scaring me here.
Virus in.
Scaring me here, bud.
I feel like that could have something to do with a prolonged fever, though.
The heat probably killing your sperm.
Wuhan coronavirus could cause male infertility. Chinese study. Yikes.
Yeah.
What?
The study found that kidney dysfunction occurs 3 to 10% of novel coronavirus infection. In addition, acute damage to the kidneys occurs in 7% of patients. As for the disease's effect on the male urinary tract and reproductive system, the research team used an online data set to analyze the expression of, I can't read that, something converting enzyme. Here, I'll just turn on the display. There you go. Let's make this a little bigger. Swoop, and then swoop.
You know, they're memeing about the Handmaid's Tale becoming a reality, but I didn't think it'd happen like this.
Yeah.
Fuck all my. I mean, I live in the disease capital of the world, California. So, I'm just trying to stay safe.
Pause me, daddy.
Yeah.
Also,
please. I will
Spain...
actually line those people up against a wall. I'm not kidding. If you wanna give the gift, then I don't want you alive. Period.
I want to give you the gift of death.
Okay, so we
give
have
you the gift of my
news
foot
that
in your ass.
Spain is deploying its army to help manage the coronavirus outbreak,
Yikes.
and a couple of women on Twitter are already thirsting. I'll send it to Burner so you can put it up.
I mean, the Spanish are pretty hot.
I mean,
No.
there's some tight clothes.
Excuse me. No.
What?
The Spaniards are not hot. Disagree.
I mean,
Have you, like, freaking... I gotta pull up that freaking art of the conquistador and the small freaking native... What's that one meme? I can't remember the name of it. It was on 4chan for like a week and then it died.
What?
Hello?
Hold on, I try to find it.
Oh well. Here we are.
Keep talking. Sorry, I'm looking for the meme.
Spain is deploying its army to help manage the coronavirus outbreak, and not to be insensitive at an anxiety-inducing time, but I think I speak for all New Yorkers when I say, Spain, hi, can you deploy some of that in our direction? We will comply
Deploy. That just
with
sounds
your
sexual.
orders. Deploy
I'll deploy.
deploy on me, please? Question mark.
She wants the Spanish Navy to deploy its seamen in her direction.
Found it. Fuck.
Oh, I remember this one. Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, what's this meme? What's this in relation to?
We were talking about conquistadors.
Oh, okay. I suppose that is related.
Anyways, back to the topic at hand.
Yes. But why do their uniforms have cleavage though?
Ooh la la.
They know their strengths.
Don't goof on me, bro.
I mean, but I don't get the cleavage. Why would your army clothes need cleavage? It's like I don't want to sound like a "where are her organs" type of Twitter user, but still, you get my point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are they though? Question mark.
They're in the titty.
Of course, they're always in the titty. It's
Here we go. We got a little cute little Mexico GF with Spain boy.
My God, you're actually putting. Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh definitely. Oh, I'm not putting that one up. That one's like bad. Sorry, Bo.
Now
This
we're
one?
shadow banned here too.
Not yet. That's quitter talk. Well, I mean, I can pull Lotto on if you guys want a story.
Of course. Wait, Lotto? Oh, I think it's
Okay.
for tonight. It's already nearing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't think that story really fit in with the theme.
No tranny stories right now. None of that.
I mean, there wouldn't be tranny stories, more like trap stories, but still.
Fair. Please tread on me. That's that's Lotto's motto.
Oh, of course.
All right.
So this was a great episode. Thank you, Artie, for being here.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you, Burner, for taking over when I had a little bit of an incident.
You're very welcome.
But I appreciate it. So thank you for
Right.
being with us today, and hope you'll be.
Mind if I have a shout out for you?
Sure. Do your shout out.
Follow me on Twitch, Artie Everything, and then follow me on Twitter. I post funny things sometimes. Artemis Lance. Yeah.
Come join us on the after show. I'm gonna be arguing with a lot of people. So if you want to argue with some random stranger on the internet, then come join us on the Digital Blackface Discord. Have a good one.
Also,
all right.
Hopefully join us next week for our hopeful debate with the Nazi, because I'm looking forward to that as much as I think you are.
Oh, that was unironic?
I'll try to get him on.
Excellent.
Let's do it. Nazi battle. All right. Well, heart emojis.
This next test is very dangerous. To help you remain tranquil in the face of almost certain death, smooth jazz will be deployed in 3, 2,